You are now watching Mugen TV.
Hey guys, it's Mugen here, and I'm back again with a new first impressions video. And before I begin, I've made a playlist for my first impression series now, so you guys don't have to scan through my channel looking for all my first impressions. So when you go to my channel, make sure you click at the bottom. At the very bottom, you'll see first impressions, and you'll see the playlist right there. So if you haven't seen the first impression that I've done, which was Nier Automata for the PS4, I advise you go check that out and see what I have to say. You know, I think you may like what I had to say about the game and my first impression. So right now, for those of you who are new to my channel, I've been telling my returning and recurring subscribers that I've had a whole backlog of video games that I really need to crunch through, and because I just keep buying them. I just keep buying them, and I'm just letting them pile up. There's a lot of them still in the plastic. So now I made it my duty, I made it my job, I made it my task to go through these games and actually play through them, because there are more games coming out, and this is only the first half of 2018, and we about to go into the second half pretty soon, and we have E3 coming up, so you know it's going to be more games that's being announced, and I have to get these games done. So I decided to go through the PS4 first, go through some of those games, and then move over to the Nintendo Switch and finish some of my Nintendo Switch titles as well. So this game that I'm now playing and currently playing is Ni no Kuni Revenant Kingdom, which is the sequel to the original Ni no Kuni that was released on the PS3, which is another game that I missed out on because at that time I was in college. Now I'm out of college and graduating and everything, and I decided to skip past on that game. I think because the first game, I think it's the combat system that really, I wouldn't say turned me off, but it wasn't my twist. It seemed more like a Pokemon with using monsters and to do your fights and do your battles for the majority of the time. And that's something I'm not really into when it comes to JRPGs that much. So with Ni no Kuni 2, I've seen what they've done with the combat system, and it looked a bit more, I guess you could say, engaging to me. And it's a little bit more around my alley right there. So I decided, hey, I'll give this game a shot. I'll give it a chance. And boy, I must say that I'm really impressed with the game. Not saying that I wasn't impressed before with what I've seen with the last entry of Ni no Kuni, or even with this game by looking at the trailers. Level 5 has done a really good job from what I'm playing so far. I put about a good 20 to 25 hours. My party members are all around level 30 now. And that, I guess you could say, in that short period of time, I spent a lot of time grinding. It's a traditional JRPG. If you're looking for a JRPG, just to get that JRPG itch, I advise you to give this game a shot. But man, must I say that the visuals are really epic. They're really cool. It just seemed like they just stepped right out of an anime. It looks really gorgeous. But what really got me and what really draw me to the game is the combat system. I love JRPGs that have a pretty good engaging combat system. Now I must say that there are some complexities to it, but overall the combat system is pretty straightforward. It explains itself really well. But I must say, when it comes to level 5 has a lot of mechanics when it comes to their games, and that's what I'm discovering right now. I'm like 20 to 25 hours into the game, and the game is constantly introducing me into so many different mechanics. Now, to explain the battle system just a little bit, just to give you, I guess you say, a rough overview of how the game works. Now, what's interesting about this is when you go into battle, each of your characters are given 3 slots to hold 3 different weapons. Now, with this game, you don't have to go to like armor shops, weapon shops to buy different equipment or buy different weapons. Monsters, while you're on your travel, they literally drop different weapons. Now you equip these three different weapons onto your character. Now when you equip these 3 different weapons, each weapon has their own stats. They have their own attributes to it and special abilities. So while you're fighting, monsters can drop the same weapon, but even though it's the same weapon, it may have different stats. So this pretty much encourages you to do the grind, because as you do travel to different dungeons looking for weapons or going to different shops and everything, the weapons can be quite expensive because I guess you could say money drops are pretty much, I wouldn't say rare, but getting currency in this game takes a long time to really like grind up and to get money to even want to go out and want to go purchase weapons. So you have to be a little bit conservative with your money. But as you go out there grinding, monsters drop like pretty good weapons. So as you're fighting, during battle, your weapon has like a percentage gauge, and this percentage gauge allows you to pretty much use your special attack by holding the R2 button and pressing any one of the square, triangle, X, or the circle button toggled or attached to. It allows you to input these commands. Once you spin that percentage, the counter starts off back at 0. Now during combat, you're allowed to press the R2 button, or I believe it's the L2 button, to allow you to switch to your different weapons that you have equipped to you. So while you're comboing, you can press L2 to switch to the next weapon, and you can boost that percentage gauge up to prep for the next, I guess you could say, special attack. And so what I like about it is I love to have full control over my party members. If an RPG is either turn-based or has a real-time action battle system to it, I love to have control over my party members. I love to micromanage, and it allows you to switch between your party members during combat, so you can be able to keep an eye on all your partners and everything. And then also during battle, you have these little creatures that have special attributes that you can equip, and they all have different personalities. It's just so much to it. And then they have a skirmish mode where you can go through, and remind me of Suikoden on the PS1 back when Konami had the title, and it has like a little military type game to it where you can which is paper rock scissors, like swords can beat bows, and then lances can beat axes, and so forth and so on. And I like how they did it. It reminded me of Pikmin in a way, is because you can use the L1 and the R1 to rotate your troops around so they can protect your king. And then they also have this other mechanic where it allows you to build your kingdom, which reminds me of Suikoden in a way too, because as you travel the world map, because yes, the game has a world map as well, where you can able to recruit different people to join your kingdom, and then when you bring them into your kingdom as a king, you have to determine where each person needs to be in order to enhance your kingdom and everything. And it's based on their intelligence, it's based on what they're good at, and then you make them do research and development, like they can research and develop for weapons, items, the whole 9 yards. And as you keep building and continue to build, your kingdom gets bigger and bigger, it gets more advanced, and you have more resources to distribute amongst your kingdom, amongst your people, and everything. So I think that's pretty cool. I'm really liking where this game is going from what I'm playing. As far as the story is concerned, the story is interesting. Don't expect anything like deep like Final Fantasy. I guess you could say the story is pretty much it's pretty much childish a little bit. It's easy to understand. Let me put it this way: it's easy to understand, and it's pretty engaging. I think you'll enjoy it, but don't expect anything so far like Xenoblade or don't expect anything like Final Fantasy in terms of story. But it's very entertaining, and it keeps you going. And thanks to the gameplay that's presented before you, the gameplay keeps you well engaged. And I'm still finding more and more mechanics being introduced to me as I'm playing. I'm already 20 to 25 hours into the game, but I'm loving the game so far. And if you guys are looking to play a JRPG, I really think you should give it a try. I'm like, you'll find a lot to like about this game. And if you are looking to invest into a JRPG that's going to take allow you to put more hours into it, and you like being introduced to multiple different mechanics at one time, I really think you should go and give it a try. So I'm really loving where this game is going so far, and I'm definitely going to review this game by the time I'm finished, because I really need to crunch this and get this out of the way. I also done a live stream for the game. I'll definitely will be live streaming this game once more, so look out for that when I make an announcement when I'm ready to live stream this game. But this game is totally fun. I'm really enjoying it. So if you guys are looking for a good JRPG to play, I advise you'll give this game a try. So that's pretty much it for my first impressions. I hope you guys enjoy, my first impression series. I plan on doing more for each game that I decide to play, and give you my, overall opinion of what I think of the game so far. So make sure you hit that like and share this video. And if you want to stay tuned in for what other videos that I later update to my YouTube channel, make sure you hit that bell to get notified when I upload new videos. That wraps everything up. This is Mugen Lord signing off.